Good morning everyone. I am Achal Gupta and we are studying fractions and decimals, and today we are going to see remaining questions of division of our exercise 2.7. So today we are going to see the third case of division of decimals, and in this third case we will see how do we divide a decimal number with another decimal number. That means here in this case our divisor would be a decimal number only. And after doing this type we will cover few questions of exercise 2.7. So let's start our class for today. Here you can see my dividend is a decimal number and my divisor is also a decimal number. So this is my case 3 when my divisor is a decimal number. So my first step would be to make this divisor a whole number. Now here you can see my divisor is 1.4. To make it a whole number, I have to shift this decimal to its right. Okay. So if I shift this decimal point to the right, what will it become? It becomes what? 14 point. And all of you know 14 point is equals to 14.0. Right? So for making this decimal number a whole number, I have to shift this decimal point to the right. Right? How many times I have to shift? Here I have to shift just one time. So it will come after 4 and this will become 14, which is a whole number. Right? So to make it a whole number, I have to shift one time to the right, this decimal point. So I have to shift the decimal point of dividend also one time to the right only. How many times you are moving this decimal? You have to move that many number of times the decimal of dividend also. Okay. So if I move this one time to the right, I have to move this one time to the right. Okay. So this will become what? 14 as I have already written here, and this will be equals to 36.4 because I have shifted this decimal point one time to the right. So my first step would be to make my divisor a whole number again by shifting the decimal point. Okay. Now this is the same case that we have studied in case 2 when you divide a decimal number with a whole number. This is the same case now. You have to divide similarly. Here you can see you have to divide this 36. 36 is in the whole part. So you have to divide 36 with 14 first. It will go 2 times. 28 will be here and you will subtract both of these numbers. You get 8. Now my decimal point arrives. So whenever my decimal points arrives, I have to put a decimal point in my quotient as well. Okay. Then only I can note down this 4 here. So I have put a decimal point in my question and then I note down this 4 over here. It becomes 84 and 84 is divisible completely. In table of 14 it will come 6 times. So I write 6 in question and it will go completely. So when you divide both of these, the answer will be 2.6. So here what I have done, I have just added one more step in case 2, and that step is to make the divisor a whole number by moving the decimal point, and that many number of times you have to shift the decimal point of dividend also. That's all. After that my case 2 will be there and you have to solve as you have solved case 2 when my divisor is a whole number. Okay, so let's see one more example of it. Here you can see my dividend is 55.318 and my divisor is 3.14. Again, to make my divisor a whole number first, I have to shift the decimal point to the right. How many times I have to shift? I have to shift just once. Then it will come at the end of the number. Okay, so I have to shift this one time to the right. So I have to shift the decimal point of dividend also one time to the right. Okay. So my divisor will be 34 and my dividend will be 553.18. Now you have to divide. 55 will go one time in the table of 34. So I will write 1 in quotient and 34 is here. When you subtract both of these, you will get 21. Right? Now, as you know, this point is being shifted to the right. So I can note down this 3 here. It will become 213. 213 again divisible by with the table of 34 and its nearest will be 204. That will go 6 times. Okay. Now, when you subtract both of these, you get 9. But here you can see when you shifted this decimal here, now my decimal point arrives. So you have to put decimal point in your quotient as well, right? So I have put a decimal point over here. Then I can note down this 1 that comes after my decimal point. Okay, 91 is here now. I have to divide 91 with table of 34. It will go 2 times. 68 will be here. Now, if you subtract both of these, you will get 23 and you can note down this 8 here. 238 is completely divisible by 34 and it will go 7 times. Okay, so my answer will be 16.27. Let's do the questions of exercise 2.7. Then it will be much clearer to you. Here you have to divide 3.392 by 1.6. Again you have to make this divisor a whole number first. So you have to shift this point. So I have to shift this point to the right one time. So I have to multiply with 10. Because whenever we multiply with 10, 100,000, point got shifted to the right. How many times? How many zeros are there? Only one. So I have to shift it one time only. So I have multiplied it with 10. So in numerator also I have to multiply with 10 because in dividend also we have to move our decimal point because we are moving it in our divisor, right? So it will become 33.92 and this will become 16. When you shift this decimal point to the right, it will become 16. Now this is a whole number, that is our divisor, and this is my dividend. So you can easily divide them. Nearest to 33 in table of 16, 32 will come 2 times. So I write 32 here. I subtract 32 from 33 and I got 1. Here my decimal point arrives. So I have to put a decimal point in quotient. Then only I can note down this 9. Nearest to 19, 16 will come 1 time. So I write 16 over here. I subtract it again. You will get 3. Then you can note down this 2 over here. It becomes 32. 32 is completely divisible with the table of 16 2 times. So here my remainder is 0 and my answer is this 2.12. Okay. Here you can see 198 is the dividend and my divisor is 0.16. Now you can see how many times you have to shift this decimal point to make it a whole number. Here you can see there are 2 digits. So you have to shift this decimal point here. How many times you have to shift it to the right? 2 times. So I have to multiply with 100. By the same number I have to multiply my dividend to move the decimal point. Here you can see no decimal point is given because this is a whole number. So here you can see 198 is there. You have to multiply this with 100 also because you have to shift the point of this dividend also. Here no decimal, no point is given. That means it is at the end. That means it is after 8. So it will become 19800 and this will become 16. Again my divisor becomes a whole number and this is also a whole number. You can easily divide them. 19 comes one time in the table of 16 because its nearest number is 16 only. You when subtract both of these you will get 3. Then you can note down this 8, right? 8, it will become 38. So 2 times it will be 32 here. When you subtract both of these, you get 6 over here. Then you can note down next 0. So nearest to 60, 3 times will be 48. When you subtract 48 from 60, you get 12. You will note down the next 0 over here. Okay, it becomes 120. Nearest to 120 comes 112 in the table of 16, 7 times. You write it here. You subtract both of these numbers, you get 8. Now, where this 0 comes from? You may wonder where this 0 come from. Okay, so you can see here I can write this 198.00 as 198.00.0 because this is my whole number. So decimal would be at the end of the digit, and after it you can write as many as 0 as you want. So this 0 will be noted down here. It becomes 80, and then I have put a quotient. In quotient I have to put decimal point because here decimal point arrives. Okay, so I have to put a decimal point in quotient, then only you can note down the 0. 80 will be here. It will completely be divided by 16 5 times. So my answer will be 1237.5. It is simple. You can see I am just dividing all these numbers up till here. 8 will be there. Then my decimal point arrives. So I have to put decimal point in quotient also for noting down the 0. Then I note down the 0. This becomes 80, which is completely divisible by 16. Let's move on to our part C. Here, C. In divisor, I have to make this a whole number. So how many times I have to shift the decimal point? I have to shift it here. So how many times I have to shift? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times I have to shift. That is why I have to multiply it with 10,000. Similarly, I have to multiply dividend with 10,000 also. So this decimal will be shifted 4 times to the right again. This becomes 64.908 and this becomes a whole number, that is 72. Now divide both of these. Here my whole part is having 64. Okay, 64 is not divisible by the table of 72, so 0 comes here. After that my decimal point arrives, so decimal point is here in quotient. Now you can note down this 9 because you have put a decimal point in quotient. I can note down this 9. This becomes 649. Nearest to 649 comes 648 in the table of 72. How many times? 9 times. So after subtracting them, I got 1. Then I note down this 0. If you note down this 0, this become only 10. Is 10 divisible with 72? No. So I have to put a 0 over here because I have just noted this 0 down and this number is not divisible with 72. So I have to put a 0 in quotient before noting down my next number. Okay. So I have noted down this 8 now. This becomes 108. Nearest to 108 comes 72 only. So it will go one time. Now again, when you subtract both of these, you get 36. Now students, listen carefully. You got 36. Okay. Once you have put a decimal point in quotient, you can add 0 at the end of a digit if you want to. Okay. So here, because I have put a decimal point in quotient, I can put a 0 at the end of this number. Okay, so this will become 360. 360 is divisible with the table of 72. How many times? 5 times. So 5 will be here in quotient and 360 will be here. So here remainder will be 0 now. My answer is 0.9015. Okay. Next question number 6. Convert the following fractions into decimals. Here you can see fractions are given to you. You have to convert them into decimals. You can convert any fraction into decimal just by dividing the numerator with denominator. Okay. So basically this is what? This is my dividend. Okay. And this is my divisor. Okay. So here you have to divide 7 with 8. Can you write 7 as 7 can be written as 7.00. Yes. So because 7 is not divisible with the table of 8, so 0 comes over here, right? Now decimal point arrives because it can be written this way, na? Decimal point arrives, so I have to put a decimal point in quotient also. Then because decimal point is here now, you can add 0 if you want to. So it becomes 70. 70 is divisible with the table of 8 because nearest to 70 comes 64. 8 times in the table of 8. So you subtract 70, 64, you get 6. Again you can add one more 0 because you have already put decimal point here. You can only add one 0. If you want to add another 0, you have to put 0 in quotient also. Okay. So please don't get confused. Please practice these questions. It will be a bit difficult if you won't practice them. But if you practice these kind of questions more and more, division will be much clearer to you. Okay. So here I can only add 1 0 because I have put decimal point in my question. So 1 0 I can add after digit. So this becomes 60 again. So nearest to 60 comes 56 in the table of 8. How many times? 7 times. When you subtract both these, you get only 4. So where the 0 comes from? Again I can add 0 because I have put decimal point in quotient. So I can add 0 here. 40 will be there. 40 is divisible with the table of 8 completely. How many times? 5 times. So my quotient will be 0.875. Here. Next B part is a mixed fraction. So first of all, you have to make it a improper fraction. What you have to do? Multiply this with the whole part. Then add the numerator. 4 4s are 16. 16 plus 3. 19 upon 4. This will be my improper fraction. You have to divide 19 with 4. Again, 19 can be written as 19.0. Okay. So, nearest to 19 comes 16. 4 times. When you subtract both of these, you get 3. Now, 3 is not divisible with 4. So, my point arrives because 19 can be written as 19.0. So decimal point I have to put in quotient as well. Then again 0 is here. 30 nearest to 30 is 28 in the table of 4. That comes 7 times. You subtract both of these numbers, you get 2. Again I can add 0 because I have put a decimal point here. So 20 comes. 20 is completely divisible with the table of 4 5 times. So here it is and my answer is 4.75. Okay. Next part. Again these are same type of questions. Please do see what I have done and then practice these questions without looking at the answer and check your answer with mine so you get to know where you are doing mistake. Okay. Thank you.